today. Could you please explain about yourself and also the organization that you work in?
ARUKA Fiji is a network that was envisioned by God in 2019. One of the things that was envisioned was in the areas of working with needy widows who are continuously grieving over the loss of their husbands or whatever loved ones that they have lost. It was within this envisioning that we have thought of actually engaging needy widows that were in some of the low accommodations such as heart homes here in Fiji. We had also managed to identify that it was not only through addressing the needs of needy widows, but it was also in the areas of addressing needs of our abandoned teens. I'm talking about some of the things that is most relevant to working with street kids and teen sex workers in order to provide a much safer environment for all. And that is how we have continuously worked with police, created database to identify all of our abandoned teens, whether it's street kids or teen sex workers, and just creating that peace where there is not an increase in the brutality that is being done to them who are actually in conflict with the law in whatever urban settings that is there.
Thank you, Mr. Drauna. Now, could you please explain a little bit more about the size of your organization?
We started off with, in the areas of sitting around a small circle trying to deal with my grief of actually losing one of my closest friends and being, isolating myself from a lot of people, including some of my family members. It was sitting in this rehabilitation circle in trying to deal with my grief that I was envisioned with this. And we started off with one, and then it developed two other volunteers that came on. These two volunteers were coming on just for areas of understanding more how they could lend a helping hand for other people that are in need. So while teaching them, they were able to rope in some other members. So as of now, we have about 30 to 60 volunteers all around the two islands that we have here in Fiji, which is Viti Levu and Vanua Levu. All of those 200 that as soon as they come in, they get registered. Upon getting registered, they would have to sign off a confidentiality agreement. This in the areas of not disclosing any of the information that we have considering our street dwellers, given that we just don't want to, tarnish their reputation or actually try. We believe in respecting their integrity. So that is how we came up with the ideas of actually roping in volunteers, but for them to sign off an agreement. Not only the registration, but also the confidentiality. As people might have been asking, you have a Facebook account and yet we have seen that you have continuously been providing food every Fridays and every Saturdays on the streets to most of the people that are on the streets, but we hardly see it up on your page. It's just because all of our volunteers and even the operating team for ARUKA Fiji clearly understand that we are never to disclose any of their information concerning the work that we do on the ground.
Wow, Mr. Drauna, hearing that went from 2 people to 200 and about 60 people, volunteers. And also you've mentioned that you don't do any promotions online, SNS. It is quite significant and inspiring. Where do all the volunteers listen, hear about this organization, and how do they come and join to become volunteers?
I believe it was word by mouth by other people that were already joining in. Most of the members that are already affiliated with ARUKA Fiji, they consistently go through vetting process where we ask what are some of the things that you would want to be trained on. Do you want to be engaged in what programs? So we also have a women's wing. So women's wing, whoever wants to join in order to help widows, they join into that platform in order to just talk amongst all of the other women that are there. And even for some solo moms or widows that are willing to be part in order to get more information about what we do, they are all also placed in a chat room where they get to discuss about certain things such as this. And this is where we usually just drop in and just to say, okay, these are some of the criteria for this assistance, please do apply. And when it comes to the Abandoned Teens program, we have a set of all of the people that have already registered who had indicated, oh, I want to be a volunteer. They would either private message me, or most of them would get to see what are some of the things that is up on our page, which does not disclose some of our clients, but it discloses some of the growth that we are currently doing for all of the people that are being roped in as affiliates. So we have quite a lot of trainings. That we have basic counseling, we have humanitarian trainings, we have drug awareness, we also have mental health awareness. And most of this, it creates an opportunity for them to be certified. So we do have people that are specialized in Fiji that we are blessed to cross path with. We usually wear our t-shirt as a form of boosting the visibility for the network. That is how people get to understand what we do. We have groceries through the assistance of ICEJ, which is an associate that we have for the organization, that has brought in all of those groceries simply because they do understand that we have a database of all of the widows and all of the street dwellers that might be needing assistance. So they provide us with these groceries. We go down to their individual houses, we provide them with the groceries, and upon providing them with the groceries, we do initiate that should you have any members of the family that would want to lend a helping hand and to continuously showcase the art of being generous, do let us know, or maybe message us and we could add them up. And that is how other people got to know about what we do for ARUKA Fiji.
Wow, thank you for sharing, Mr. Drauna. Now, my curiosity is then, how do you sustain your daily personal life? Simply asking, how do you make money? How do you continue doing this work and also sustain your daily life?
Well, I would say that being in vision and trying to make sure that I hold firm to the calling that was made for my life, one of the things that I'm very much blessed about is the areas of being provided with little and getting to see that we can actually do a lot with the little that we get. Moving into doing courtesy visit, just starting off with not more than $5 and getting to have 3 meetings in one day and getting to see the grace of God just intervene. And these are not just regular meetings, these are meetings with a head of departments that we were able to provide for our abandoned teens all of the merchandise equipments such as hats, water bottles, and paints while we are doing community work. And I'm also grateful that as I continuously is being blessed, I tend to bless others. I get to see that, you know, the fruit of all of these wonderful things that comes out of actually blessing others. And it has enabled me to actually be working, having a full-time employment, getting to also provide private counseling to some other organization that are willing to come on to rope me into their programs to initiate some of these tasks. And just getting to see that people are planting a seed to all of the things that we are currently doing. I believe Fiji is a friendly place where everybody, whatever big amount or whatever little amount that you have, they have that need to always wanting to share it with other people. And we're grateful that once we have set up this network, we roped in. One of the things that was done just like that was just roping in some of the famous local artists that we have, whether it's rugby players, whether it's singers, local artists. And when we get to see that they will roped into the network, they had initiated way to creating other people to be aware of what are some of the things that ARUKA Fiji was doing. So they started doing, private jams or virtual jams, just utilizing their talents and asking people from the community to just plant a seed onto the network. The planting of seed that they have actually, generously provided for us, it enables us to do our food distribution on a weekly basis, and then it went on a monthly basis. And even for the last 6 months, we have been providing food distribution to all of the ones that are on the streets. And we're just amazed about how people are just there to support. I believe we are self-funded, so most of the things that is taken out from my pay or taken out from other private works that I am engaged with, and getting to have people that are saying, oh, I would want to do the food. I would want to prepare the food for this Friday. I am just a vessel, and I'm just here just to intervene in providing what is needed in helping the less fortunate.